Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here. Okay, I have been thinking about doing this and I have had comments and I just decided I need to make another one of these ephemera journals. This is a recent one that I made using 49 dragonflies. And this is all her amazing, delicious stuff in here. And so I thought that I would take you along. This was my first one, and I think I've revamped. I'm going to do some things differently. But if you are interested in making a paper bag ephemera holder journal, then stay tuned. Come join me. All right, so you're gonna need a bunch of paper bags. This is what I purchased. I don't remember what they cost, but they're not very expensive. They're lunch bags, and you buy them in the grocery store, or you can. This is 50 count. These are 12, I've ripped that so it's hard to see what that is. 12 3/8 inches by 6 1/8 inch by 4 inch. The gusset is what I'm assuming. Okay, so there again, 12 3/8 inch by 6 1/8 inch by 4 inch, and it's a 50 count. I got mine at great value at Walmart. I'm sure that you can buy these most anywhere, but these are inexpensive. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my paper bag. Here's the bottom. Okay, here's where the top flap is. I'm going to push that to join with this. Okay, this is the complete bottom of the bag. Here you've got the top. And then I'm going to take my ruler, and I am giving myself, I'm going to go up as far as I can to give myself as much height as I can. You're determining your height right here. And this one that I did was, let's just measure here. This was about 9.5 inches. And only about 5 inches, 6 inches, about 6 inches wide. And I'm going to make this one wider, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now this is measuring 10.5 inches, but we're going to cut off some here as well. So I'm going to snug this up as close as I can to here. And then I'm going to just cut that off. And that's going to leave me, and I don't know what we'll do with this, but I'm sure we can come up with something, right? Okay, let's set that aside for now. Take this off, turn it, and fold out one of those flaps. Okay? Keep one flap open. This is going to be, excuse me, this is going to be the center part. And we will put fabric or whatever we decide to put together, and that's how we'll put our, assemble our pages together. But I wanted to make mine wider, and this is how I'm doing it. I didn't do that with the last one. And look, this is going to give us about 8 inches wide by 10 inches deep. So that's going to be great for being able to put a lot of ephemera. Okay? So what you're going to do is just, you're just going to do that with like a whole bunch. You're going to do that with a whole lot of these bags because you're going to need them. Now, let me show you 2 that I have already trimmed and ironed. So here is my flap. Here is my flap. So that means these will meet together in the center. And this first 2, I'm going to basically butt these up to each other with maybe just a very bare smidgen of whatever we decide that we're going to use, whether it's washi tape or strapping tape or, what am I thinking of? Oh, anyway. To hold it, or fabric. You could do fabric here too, but I don't think I'm going to do, well, we'll see. I don't know, because I'm still kind of designing this, you guys, but because I've had requests and I do need to make another one, it's like, well, let me take you on this journey if you'd like, and you can work on yours while I'm working on mine. Now, these have been trimmed, so this is going to be my finished size, and when it's folded over like this, and I've got my individual pockets on here, that is going to be great. It's going to give me a wonderful area to put my ephemera pockets in. So the thing that I have to decide, one of 2 things, and I haven't decided how I'm going to do mine, so I'm letting you know because you may opt to do yours like I do mine or opt to do it a little bit differently. But what I'm trying to decide about is the thickness. Now, on this particular book, you've got a lot of padding, and I made pockets, but in all honesty, well, I didn't make pockets on everyone, but these are double bagged, and so there's like 4 layers of paper bag on these. So then when you add your other pocket, that's really very sturdy. So I've doubled them. Now, that takes a lot more bags, and I can do that. I can easily do that. And then what I would do is I would sew the pockets on this side, and I would sew the pockets, say this is going to be the 1 double page. And I would sew the pockets on this other one, and then I would put them together, and I would stitch around. And if I was going to leave a pocket up here, then I'd leave the appropriate space. And then, of course, I'd have 2 more pockets over here that are done the same way. I haven't ironed or cut that off yet, and then I would have that thickness of the 4 bags, right? Plus the pockets, and even more in here, it would be double that, because this is double thickness here, folded over. So I want that same concept, but that's using a lot of bags. I'm wondering if I can get the same effect by using some of my junk pages from some books that, I really don't care about, cut them to a size to fit inside here, and then I could use just, you see, then that would give the extra thickness. They need to be pretty sturdy. They wouldn't be just they wouldn't be real antique because number one, I like those papers to show, and number two, some of those would be brittle, and I wouldn't want them because they would break up and wouldn't give it the sturdiness. But some of your atlas books or music books or anyway, just something that has a sturdy body to it, cut it to size, slip it in, and then what I would do would be to mark where I'm going to put my pockets, and I would do it the same on both sides. And then I would put my tracing paper or my glassine paper, my see-through paper on that, do my stitching and or gluing on both sides. And if it's stitching, if I've marked the pockets so that this is identical to this, then when I stitch one line, it'll stitch through both pockets, and I will have achieved what I want to do. Did that make sense? And then, of course, we got this flap going on. And so if I stitch, I can't stitch clear here until these pages are secured together, can I? Okay, so there's still more stuff I got to figure out. This is, how it goes. But in the meantime, go ahead and get your paper bags and get them laid out like I showed you. Let me show you. I'll show you once or twice more just so you're really with me, you're understanding what I'm doing. I want you to be very comfortable with this whole process. So I am just folding that down. I am scooting this up as much as I can, and I'm trying to keep it straight here so that my book lines up. Oh, guess it's good to open it. Okay. And then we're going to open up here. Now, if you don't want your book that wide, you don't have to open that flap up. You can just keep it this width. That's great. It's your book. Okay, one or two more, and then we're going to stop the video here, give you time to get caught up, do your bags. I'm going to take mine over to my ironing board and iron and press them down. I spritz water on mine. I don't know, I just like it. I like the texture that it creates. But if that's not what you enjoy, then obviously you won't want to do that. And if you don't want to do anything to your paper bags, you don't want to iron them, anything that way, that's perfectly fine. That's just something that I like. But you also have a lot of texture just leaving it as is. You really do. Okay, this is my last bag. I don't know, I don't think I have 50 here because I believe I've used one or two of these bags for other projects, but I've done all the rest of those. Okay, so I am going to go ahead now and take these to my iron. I'm going to trim off to 10 inches. And you see I trim the opposite side because this is a little less stable. And sometimes you will see little cuts. Like here, you've got a little tear. And so I just cut all of that off so that my book will be really nice and sturdy. And then we will end up with pages like this. All right, guys, so go ahead, get your bags done, and yeah, put the video on pause and join me. All right. Okay, we are back. I have ironed all of my bags. I have trimmed all of my bags. Be careful on your trimming that you don't do what I did here. I trimmed on this side, and so my 10 inches includes this. So I will probably not use this particular bag. Thankfully, I only did it on the one, but I'm here to, admit all my blooper doopers. So, and as I was ironing all of these, I thought, rather than cut extra paper to go inside, stick it inside and mark here and there and blah, blah, blah. I thought I was making more work for myself. So I figured it would just be easier to do double pages. So for 1 page spread, it takes 4 paper bags. Now, if you buy a 50 count, that'll give you 12 double pages, which is plenty to do whatever. I have 6 double pages here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so you can see you could make a couple of bags or ephemera holders or anyway. And I obviously did use several of my bags because the usable ones that I have 9 sets now of 4 bags each. So I've got all my papers ready to go. I'm going to call that it for this video. I want you to make sure that you get this part done, and we will work on the second video. I have to think it through. This will also give me a minute to think it all through. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me. I love you. I hope you feel my heart and my caring reaching out to you. And I'm just giving you all a huge, huge hug, hug, hug. And whatever you might need, prayers and hugs for you today. All right, until next video, guys, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.